Good afternoon, evening, good night. It's late. It's Kristen with Scrapping on the Fly, and today I'm gonna do something that I literally have not planned other than my pictures. I did pull a couple of stickers out that I might use. I am gonna be creating an 8.5 by 11. I've been working in a book for my job because I love my job. I work in a school and I love the community and the family that is, I'm surrounded by with the students and the families and the staff. So I've been creating a book about my school and my time there and my friends and coworkers and the students and different things that happen there. And one thing is for sure, I am 100% spoiled rotten. My staff and the families and students are very kind and generous. So today, the page that I'm going to work on now with you, I want to create something about being spoiled. I have made one page already. I've got these pictures from not teacher appreciation, but from Administrative Assistance Day. So I have this picture with some different things that staff members had brought me and some students. And then I have this picture. Obviously this is during COVID because I didn't wear a mask before that. Right before Christmas, our principals paid for a coffee truck to come and get the staff free drinks. So I got a cold coffee. And then I have this other picture. I'm not sure what's going to fit because, like I said, it's an 8.5 by 11. Not the cell phone. They did not buy me that, but this is the name of my school. This is one of the gifts that the principals bought for all the staff. And so here it is. See, it's my little phone holder. And I love it. So this is one of the things they bought us, and you can see some of the other gifts I got for Christmas that year. I also have a couple of really sweet messages from a couple of staff members that I would like to incorporate in a way if I can, but since it's such a small page, I might not be able to do all that. So let's get started. Like I said, I started with the 8.5 by 11. I always use a solid cardstock, well, almost always, just for a base because the paper I'm using for this book, I work at a Spanish immersion school, so I am using, I liked this textures and the colors in this book. This is Wild and Free by Color Book. I think it was like a $5 pack, but it's thin, so it's not cardstock, and it had some really neat patterns. I love the arrows. I love a lot of this. I don't normally do a lot of busy, but I just really, really love the color patterns or the color palette and some of the patterns. I'm not even a very floral person, but I liked this a lot. So anyway, I decided that I really want to use some of my scraps because I'm probably, I don't know, 20 pages into my book. So I collect all of my scraps that I work with. And when I say all, I pretty much mean that. I keep the big ones and the small ones, the skinny ones, the long ones. I am a pack rat, but and a penny pincher. I don't like wasting my paper, especially if it's this pattern paper that I can use. And yes, I know these are very little, but I will tell you that I'm on a scrapbooking site called Scrapping with Anne Marie, and one of the challenges she gave us was to use some scraps. And I'm trying to get this page out without tearing it up. I didn't. I made this page. Let's see if I can find it. This is where I keep my scraps. I'm gonna knock everything down. Y'all are gonna laugh. Okay, so this is why I keep my scraps. Of course, all of these are full pages. This, other than this yellow, is solid was a big piece, but this was a scrap from where I'd cut something else. All this is back here. The flower pattern is scraps. This entire page is strips of the scraps that I have. So, I mean, I just used itty bitty little pieces, long pieces, skinny pieces, fat pieces. So that is why I keep my scraps, because I will use them. Skinny ones, the small ones, doesn't matter to me. I am a non-biased scrap hoarder. So let's set that over there and not try and stay right there. All right, so I don't want to do another page just like that right now. I might do another one later because I do really love the look of all those scraps lined together, because this whole thing goes together. But I really love green, and that is like my absolute favorite color. So I think I am going to take these 3 pieces here, and I may come back with this floral, which is so busy, but if I just use it like I've done in some of the other pages that I just showed you, and it covers a lot of the big portions, then you just get like these little pieces sticking out. So I may come back to that. So I'm gonna put all my little baby scraps away, because I don't think I'm gonna use too much of that on this page, but I want to use these 3 because it has a lot of this teal and aqua, and I love those colors. And since it's a book about people spoiling me, why would I not use my favorite colors? So I'm gonna start off. I really want to cover the whole page because I am not a brown fan. So my plan is to cover the majority of this page, and I gotta be careful. I have made this mistake plenty of times before. Some of the paper pads that I have like a little line at the top where the top of it ends, and you pull it out of the book. And I am fabulous about forgetting to cut those off, and I have definitely laid pages down and later been looking at them, and I'm like, this is so, wait, what is that? And I had not, you can't really see it very well, but like it's a very thin little dotted line, and I had laid the paper down and used it with that little line on there. So I am really good, I've said in many of my videos before, I am really good about fixing boo-boos, because I make lots of boo-boos, because I have ADD and I am impulsive. So a lot of times I will start working on a page and just lay stuff down left and right, and then in the end I'm like, oh, I wish this would fit there. So I'm learning to try and plan a little bit better. It doesn't always work. This trimmed off. Not very well, but I'll go back and fix it. The color. Now I have this piece here, and I know that it is not a full piece at the bottom, but I'm going to work that out. See if I can not make the same mistake I made before where I taped it too high. I love this tearing tape. Although when you you're trying to make a video and you don't want it to be forever long, sometimes the tearing tape is not the best way to go. But that's okay. Now, so you can see that little line there, but we're gonna fix that. Don't you worry. I didn't expect it to line up because when I trimmed it, I did not trim it with my trimmer. I trimmed it with scissors, and you can see how lovely I trim with scissors. Oh, brother. All right. So now I'm going to put this down, and it'll cover up this mess here. So you don't have to worry about that. I just love the way it looks. Hindsight 2020, I might have put the arrows in the middle, but I think they're going to get more covered up if they're in the middle. So I think I'm really happy that I put them where I did. And even if I'm not, it's too bad. Alright, now see, there's that line I was talking about. I do not want to accidentally get it on there, and I really only want this to go over as far as it has to. So, alright. I broke my thumbnail really far down the other day. It's just now starting to come back, but it makes it very hard to peel these things off. All right. Trim this off real quick. And we'll go back and fix all that later. Trim it up nicer, make it look very lovely, so it's more even. And yes, I will be keeping those scraps. All right, now I can decide if I want it to come up and down like this, or if I want it to go up and down like this. Either way, I definitely want to put a little bit more tape right here. All right, so this picture, I'm not going to be able to trim down much, except maybe my computer off the side here. But this picture, I can trim out a little, maybe just tuck it. The whole point of the picture is this, so I don't want to hide that too much. And there's this lovely. I can trim all the lovely fluorescent lighting out the back. Okay, so I'm doing it this way. I'm not gonna be able to fit any of my sweet little notes on here. So what I might end up doing when I'm done is making this like a little flap that can come up, and I might even do that with the other one, because I can put this on here and have it lift so that I can read the note on the back from my boss. All right, so I have been trying to knock out some border stickers that I have, and so that is one of the things that I am going to do with this page, because they're really easy to work with, and I don't know how I came to own as many as I do, but it's a sheet, or like you know, line up. It's a border thing, and it has like 6 different stickers on it. And there's, I don't know how I ended up with them, but probably like 20 of these sheets, and there's like 6 on each one. So I wasn't using them. I'm really bad about buying stuff and then I don't use it. So I'm really trying to use things that I already have before going out and buying more stuff. Let's see, Administrative Assistance Day 2019. I like that I put dates on here. Let me give you a tip. This is what I've started doing because I'm really bad about it. I have this cute little notepad next to my desk. And I get a pen. And I write this information on it. Admin 2019, which means it's May. Christmas 2019. And this is Christmas 2020. Because I am horrible. I will glue the pictures down. And then I'm like, shoot. I'm so proud of myself for getting the information on the back. Like I follow after my grandmother, trying to be real good about that kind of stuff. And then what good does it do me if I have adhesived the back of the dang thing? So that's my tip for you. Get a pack of Post-it notes. I bought this set of things off of Facebook from somebody, and it had a ton of like notepads and stuff in it. And one of the things was this cute little, looked like it used to be in a journal or something. And so I use these little Post-it notes all the time to like mark in a book where I need to put the next thing, or like I used a certain font when I was making a video post. So I wanted to make sure that I wrote down exactly what I used, because if I didn't, I wouldn't remember. So, all right. I'm gonna get the sticky off here so that I can lay this down and put the border out. And then we'll do some embellishing with some fantastic stickers. I pulled a ton of like friendship stickers, thank you stickers, stuff that just kind of goes with the theme. I like for it to say something, but I also don't want it to be too over the top. Leave room for my border. Now, so what I've been doing lately, get all my mess out of the way, is I have been, like I said, trying to use up a lot of these border stickers that I have. And so I have just been using them on like every page. This is a random book that I just put together today, trying to clean my stash up. And these are the things that I really haven't used, and I want to get them used. So this is what I'm talking about. These are the border stickers that I have multiple sets of. And there goes that. Like the clumsiest. So none of these are full because I've been using them. And I don't want to use too thick of a border. So I think I really want to use the polka dots, because it will pull in the polka dots that are on this paper. So we'll start with a skinny polka dot. And I just pull the whole thing off. And I try not to do it over the picture. So this one I'm going to tuck under a little. Ooh. And then I just lay it down all the way to the end of the picture, and then trim it. And then sometimes you gotta lay it on the picture because it's not gonna work if it doesn't. And trim. See how nice those look? And they're so easy. All right. Ooh, luckily they come right back up if I don't get them laid down right. It's also good because, well, that happens. So I am trying to knock a lot of these out because you see all of the ones that I have out here. I have more. This is not the end of what I have. I have a whole other pack. These are Creative, no, Mrs. Grossman's. I have no clue where I got them. I am a hoarder. I mean hoarder, like seriously. And I'm really bad about picking something up somewhere and then I have no clue where I got it. All right, I just tuck that little corner in just a bit so that it doesn't look like I'm, you know, it's off. And then trim that off. So see, it's like a border right there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'll put this right back on here. All right, so for some texture, because I don't want it all to be that exact same border, I think that I had some solid black, but obviously I used all of it except this one little piece, and that isn't going to do me a whole lot of good. So I think we will use this striped border, and I have like a couple little pieces, so I'm going to use those up because I definitely need to get them used up. So I'm going to put this here, then trim. And when I cross this way, I will cover that little spot right there. So then I'm gonna start over here. This one. There. The other good thing about this is that it doesn't matter if you use like one long straight one or if you use a bunch of little pieces, because it all connects back together. And since I have so much of it, I just want to use all the little pieces first. All right, moving on to a new one. Sorry, this is taking a little longer than I was thinking it would, but you want to make sure that you do a good job or nobody's going to want to watch you make pages. And I have not gotten cool enough to figure out how to do that sped up business where you you do a process video and then you like speed it up and then talk over what you've done, like the talk over or whatever. I don't know how to do that. I'm not that cool yet. All right, I'm gonna put this down on here, and I think I'm gonna go with some continuity and do the polka dots again here, since I did use those down here. And I don't really want to add, I mean, the only other option is a fatter polka dot or a fatter stripe, because that's all I have left out of this stash of these borders. So I'm gonna just line this up real quick and finish out this one. I love to be able to, oh, look at how lovely that landed. Just perfect. I don't have any other small pieces, so we'll use another long one. I just love the way that these things, you know, all these different things that we now have. When I first started scrapbooking back in the old days, in 19, that right there was enough to make some of you go, oh my gosh. In 1996, my sister bought me a Creative Memories kit for me to document like my college life with my friends. And so I thought that was the most fantastical thing. And so then, of course, like most things, I got, busy with school and busy with life. Then I got a job out of college. And, we're busy. And so then I had a little girl in 2001 and got right back into documenting her life. And so here I am many, many moons later, and I just love doing this. It is so cathartic and it is so therapeutic. It just makes me feel so good. It is just fantastic. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I love that all three pictures got to fit on here. I love that they're bordered. I know they're not bordered here, but I don't want to cut into the pictures. I think that it looks really cool this way. So here are the stickers that I pulled down that I thought about. And these are ones about friendship. Didn't necessarily match the paper setting. I love these chipboard stickers. I think that they're really neat, and some of these colors are very similar to what's in here. I love these, me and my big ideas. These are like the little patchwork ones, and I really love this joyful heart. Really fits with how I feel. And then there's some really neat ones. These are from the dollar store, and they've had some really great stickers. So I really like this. It's all about you, because that's kind of how they make me feel at school often. I will love these thank yous. This is the Paper Studio La Petite, and they're 3D foam stickers. And then these are my favorite go-tos, and I've really used quite a few of them, and you can't even tell. There's 4 pages of these. I don't know if I mispronounce things. I'm terribly sorry. I just love them, and they're so bright and shiny, and they have the arrows that goes along with the theme. And of course the black and white pulls in with my border. So if I find one of these that I really like, then that will be a go-to for me. So I definitely want to use this one right here. It says Joyful Heart, because I am so blessed where I work. The people that I work with are just amazing, and I could not be more grateful. So this is like a little line of stick in the middle, which I find really strange. When I'm using a material like this, or cardboard, like the chipboard and stuff, I usually will use one of these tear and tape. If it is paper, or if it's like the chipboard and it's got like sticky on the back, but it's not sticky anymore, a lot of times I will use glue. I like to use my Zig memory system. Alright, so I'm going to put this here, which yes, is going to cover some of my border, but it'll also cover some of these places that are not, don't have the border. And I love that texture. And I put this back up on a little spinny thing. And I'm not kidding, I love these dollar store ones. They're so neat. I mean, these are like, they look metal. They're not, well, I mean, I don't know. And it's all in one thing. And I just love how they stand out and how they look on a page. You could still see some of the coloring behind the sticker. And it's got a lot of, I love all that texture and that pop out of the page. So I've used a lot of them. I went back today to get more. Shh, don't tell. And I'll put it away in a minute. Y'all don't want to sit there and watch me mess with all of that. I really love these ones that say something about friends, but I just don't feel like any of these really match what I'm doing. So I think I am going to use one of these, And since I already have the silver from the It's All About You, I'm going to use the silver Thank You. I don't want to pull too much shiny crazy into this. And that is actually still sticky. I use that down here. All right, so next step for me is, oh, you know what? I think I might put this on here like this. This is one of my sweet little friends at work. She's not there anymore, she retired. And I adore her. And she gave me this sweet note. It says, "The wrapping is not beautiful, but you are." And I just think that's amazing because she is such a kind heart and I miss her. I'm glad that she retired because I know that it made her happy. All right, so I'm gonna stick this here. See, I told you I am like super random and did not plan exactly how that was gonna happen, but I'm glad that it's gonna fit on here and not cover up my phone thing. That's kind of the whole point. All right, now I really do want to add one more. I know people do the whole 3 focal points, and I got that. Maybe, oh, I know what I want to do. I want to put an arrow on here or one of these little banner things. Here we go. See, I said that I didn't find anything in that one pack that said something about friends, and this right here does. And normally well, yes, that's anyway. All right, so I would not okay, so I like this one that says "so perfect" because I agree, and I would mean that as my friends, but I fear that if I put something on here that says "so perfect," people think I meant me. So, see, now that I'm thinking about it, I wish this was over here and this was here, so it would look like the arrow's pointing, but, you know, that's the way I roll. I'm just gonna put it here. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so this is probably the way this is going to end up, although I'm about 99% sure I'm going to put this on here and attach it with some washi tape because, yes, that was my junior mints. I had to move out of the way because you gotta have a little snack. I'm going to adhere these, and I will do it with more than just washi tape, but this is how I'll get it started. Put some washi tape on here and put this down, and then when I put it in my page protector, because I use like a normal binder, this will go on the outside so you can flip it and still read my sweet note for my friend and see all the awesome things that my friends gave me. So I will adhere this a little better because washi tape doesn't necessarily hold that good, but on the back side, I will make sure it stays down. And here is the final product. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and maybe you all will come back and see me again sometime. I'm going to do a little journaling right here. So have a great night.